Nice that you are looking at. Florida is a song by the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift featuring the English band Florence and the Machine, from Swift's 11th studio album, The Tortured Poets Department, 2024. She wrote the track with the band's frontwoman Florence Welch, who also sang lead vocals, and produced it with Jack Antonoff. Florida is a power ballad with elements of Americana and indie rock, showcased through the guitars and drums. Its lyrics are about escaping from unpleasant circumstances, rejecting one's own wrongdoings, and indulging in negative thoughts, using Florida as a geographical metaphor. Critics generally praised the duo's vocal performance and the song's production, although some others deemed the lyrics lackluster. The song peaked at number 8 on the Billboard Global 200 and reached the top 10 in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the United States. Swift performed Florida Live with Florence and the Machine at one London show and 3 Miami shows of the Eras Tour in 2024. Taylor Swift started working on the Tortured Poets Department immediately after she submitted her 10th studio album, Midnights, to Republic Records for release in 2022. She continued working on it in secrecy throughout the US leg of the Eras Tour in 2023. Conceived amidst heightened fame brought by touring and publicized personal relationships, The Tortured Poets Department was a lifeline to Swift, who described it as an album she really needed to make. Republic Records released The Tortured Poets Department on April 19, 2024. Florida is trace 8 on the album. It features vocals from Florence Welch, the frontwoman of the English band Florence and the Machine. Swift shared with iHeartRadio that the inspiration behind Florida came from the series Dateline NBC. In the interview, she drew a parallel between people who flee to Florida after committing crimes and those dealing with heartbreak. They try to reinvent themselves, have a new identity, blend in. Welch told British Vogue that Swift approached her with a concept and a story, which was her favorite way to start songwriting. The actress Emma Stone was credited for the oddities in the track. Swift performed Florida for the first time alongside Welch during the Eras Tour 8th show at London's Wembley Stadium on August 20, 2024. The song was added to the setlist between renditions of So High School and Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. The performance was also accompanied by a new choreography. The song was additionally performed with Florence as a guest during the 3 Miami shows of the tour. Florida is a power ballad with an up-tempo pop production accompanied by jarring drums and guitars reminiscent of indie rock. Welch sings to complete verses and later in the track intertwines lines with Swift. Laura Snapes of The Guardian thought that Florida has a melodramatic Southern Gothic direction similar to No Body, No Crime on Swift's 2020 album Evermore and the Desolate Americana, influenced by Lana Del Rey. Erica Gonzalez of Elle added that the sound brought in anthemic and at times euphoric feel, may be largely influenced by Welch's music. The lyrics of Florida, influenced by Southern Gothic narratives, tell of Swift and Welch embarking on a therapeutic journey after a failed relationship, 19, while Swift pipes about a town that drives her insane. Welch dreams of indulging in alcohol and burying her past lovers in a swamp, similar to Swift's character in No Body, No Crime. Howard Cohen of the Miami Herald says the lyrics of Florida paint the state as a peak leisure destination for a getaway, but add elements of mystery to it. During Welch's first line in the feature, she makes a reference to Hurricane Florence, which came close to Florida in September 2018. The hurricane with my name when it came. Swift references the Florida Panhandle city of Destin and describes her friends as either smelling like weed or little babies. During the chorus, Swift metaphorically compares the state to one hell of a drug she wants to use up. The song received generally positive reviews from critics. Samantha Olson of Cosmopolitan ranked it the best song from the album, complimenting Welch's vocals and the production. In her ranking, she says the song encapsulates the essence of Florida. In a positive review by Melissa Ruggieri of USA Today, Swift and Welch's vocals against stomping instrumentals made the song cinematic and purposeful. The Independent's Helen Brown praised Welch's vocals. Jason Lipschutz of Billboard ranked the song third against the album's 16 tracks, commending Swift's emotional vocals and the brash sound. Gonzalez also said the song brought in infectious energy, with its blasting drums during the chorus. Alex Gonzalez of Uproxx gave the song a positive review, saying, "The collaboration sounds so fresh, yet feels so timeless." Pitchfork's Shad D'Souza said it was the boldest and most energetic song from the album's mostly subdued, contemplative tones. Claire Dodson from Teen Vogue said the drums and percussive instrumentals were exciting. She added that Florida resuscitates the latter half of the original set of 16 songs when previous moments of the album seem to diminish. Vogue Australia's Nina Miyashita and Jonah Waterhouse called it a fun, tongue-in-cheek track. Writing for The Hollywood Reporter, Mesfin Fadaku praised the song and performance by Florence and the Machine, calling it a winning track. Ludovic Hunter Tilney of the Financial Times called the song punchy. Writing for The Nightly, Jay Hanna said the collaboration lives up to all expectations. The Associated Press's Maria Sherman said the song was reminiscent of the indie rock sounds of the 2010s, such as Sufjan Stevens's Illinois. Chris Willman of Variety called it the funniest track from the album, referring to the lines, "My friends all smell like weed or little babies," and "Fuck me up, Florida," in less enthusiastic reviews. John Woolmacher of Beats Per Minute wrote that the track's blasting drums during its chorus disguise its substance-lacking verses and deemed it more plodding than memorable. The line of best fits. Paul Bridgewater said, "Florida comes close to being a standout track, especially with the collaboration with Welch." However, he said that Welch's voice jars a little with Swift's. Stereogram's Tom Bryan said the track had lot of half-baked Bible Belt imagery, undeserving of the exclamation points in its title. Paste criticized the lyrical content, saying Welch's verse was grossly watery, and the chorus was the worst of 2024. Paste's post-review article by Grace Byron says while the song does not live up to the artistry or impact of a song by Welch, it is more sonically interesting. Upon the album's release, its tracks occupied the top 14 of the US Billboard Hot 100. Florida opened at its peak of number 8 on the chart, where Swift became the first artist to monopolize the top 14. The song also became Florence and the Machine's first top 10 entry and Welch's second, following Sweet Nothing, 2012, with Calvin Harris. In Canada, it peaked at number 9 on the Canadian Hot 100. Outside of North America, Florida, along with tracks from the album, occupied the top 9 of the Billboard Global 200. The song debuted and peaked at number 7 on the chart, where it became Swift's 33rd top 10 entry and Florence and the Machine's first. In Australia and New Zealand, the song reached number 7 on the ARIA Singles Chart and number 9 on the official New Zealand music chart. This was the video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.